earlier, you said
What?
when you start liking, sharing, and commenting, because most of the people that I've seen, I haven't never seen them say anything in particular about you. Now, if you have, that's one thing.
Oh, please. Oh, they have.
No.
You just haven't had time to keep up
some
with it.
people who like and share.
Yeah, some people.
Just
There are some
randoms.
people who ha at it because I know.
And if I don't know them, I don't say shit to them. But if I know something about your ass, I'm gonna say something.
If I would have there was a status, and I'm not gonna say where the status came from, but there was a status that was put up where people was and kikiing on
Yeah.
it. And I asked you, I said, well, what if I would have the status? What would you have done?
I probably would have read your ass too.
Yeah, and then I would have read your ass back.
And then we just would have been some reading motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Because we both we literate.
I always want people to see good in people.
Some people it's gonna make them uncomfortable. Some people it's gonna piss them off. Some people are gonna find it funny. Some people are gonna say, "Oh, some people got what they deserve." I don't know the lady.
You don't?
Nope. I don't know the lady from asshole to appetite.
So that's how you said it. You said it.
That's not what I said.
What you say? Get
Tell me
into
what you
it.
said.
How
Get
gave
into
it to
it.
us?
Say it again.
Nah, that's what I said.
Say what you said. Yo, what's up? This your boy Kid.
It's your girl Ish.
And I'm Porsche.
And this is As Real as It Gets. Bow, bow. I had to say that part. No, but so over the past couple of weeks, y'all know, as far as us getting the episode out and us trying to push ourselves, which was good, by the way, the first show. It was good. What y'all
Feel
think?
good about episode 1.
Round of applause.
Round of applause. Now this part, I just said, we need to bring our personality out a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And, I started thinking of people and things, what we can do, what we can say. But this one consistent person was all on my damn feed, like all on my timeline. Bow, 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 bow.
Right.
And her name was the one and only Miss Contessa bitch. That's it. I just want to keep it as Contessa. Because that's what it is. That's what her name is. So we decided to bring a special guest to ruffle you all's feathers, and or the girl that ruffles the woman that ruffles you all's feathers, because at the end of the day she is a woman,
Right.
and you want to respect her as a woman, as a human being, right? Oh, did you state that?
I said it. We gonna get disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
That's a fact.
So I started by saying, do you know Contessa? Have you heard her on your timeline?
I've seen her on my timeline from different stuff shared, but no, I can't say that I know her really.
You know Contessa?
No, I just met her today. But I've seen stuff on the timeline.
You seen stuff on the timeline?
I caught a little snippet of it. I didn't catch the whole video, but yeah, I caught a little
Aisha
snippet.
giving Diana Ross. I like that.
So when you've seen her on your timeline, what have you saw?
When I see her on my timeline, a bunch of controversy. I kind of see the picking of, people. I don't know. They speaking their mind and she's speaking hers.
Right,
That's
right.
generally what I see.
Have you seen? What did you see on yours? If or when you did see it?
I just caught a snippet of the video.
They want you to talk in the mic, girl. They want you to hold the mic still.
My mic sounds nice. But yeah, I just caught a snippet of the 5 a.m. video.
5 a.m. video.
Yeah.
The infamous 5 a.m.
The
video.
infamous 5 a.m. video.
So I tell you how I got that 5 a.m. video with me.
From a powder head.
Actually, no, my sister's not a powderhead. That's my blood sister. Shout out to my sister TTT Weezy. I see you. No, but my sister, she keeps me up to date because she think I'm involved with the community, and really, I don't think I am. But when she sent the video,
Shout out to TT for being aware.
you better let my sister be a shout out to you, baby. But I was more so on the fact that A, it was funny. B, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of sad. C, it was kind of like, this bitch is reading the girls. Like, the girls and the girls, you're reading them.
I had some funny times.
Yeah, it was funny. And it was funny parts. And I'm pretty sure by the end of this interview that some people may feel that type of way, but at the end of the day, everybody has feelings. And you always want to look at a person in a positive light. And from what I know about you, Contessa, I don't care what the hell they say about you. I do know that there's a good heart inside of you, and I want people to see it. However, we as citizens, humans, and community of the Trey Fizzle, we have to be held accountable for the things that you say. And I know the ending result is you are trying to be a city elected official, correct?
I mean, yes, of course.
Right.
Because it's needed.
Right. So my first question to you is, who are you? Who are you? Because they say you Monique Lewinsky. They say you Joe Black. They say you everything. And I need to know
first of all,
whoever, Reverend Black, whoever the hell
Reverend
he is.
Black.
Reverend Kevin Black,
Okay.
the infamous Reverend Kevin Black. Just another messy entity out of the city of Winston-Salem. It's full of full of mess.
Yeah.
But that ain't me.
That ain't you.
No, I don't have time for that, and people know that ain't me. But because it's so convenient for them to say that, they continue to say it. They know. Even at one point, I was live, and the man was on my live, and both of my hands were out in the public.
And they logged into your live.
And I will say, I ain't even gonna
did.
front with you. I ain't gonna stunt. I've been sitting here the whole time, and you have been getting messages from Reverend Kevin Black. So I can attest. I will hope you won't be over there switching profiles,
Right.
catfishing the hoe.
You gotta be real quick if she Kevin Black. 'cause
Yeah,
she been getting
so I
messages.
will give that. Whoever said that, and I'm not gonna call names because this show is not to make anybody famous. No, this is our show.
Yeah.
We do what we do and how we do it,
Right.
and that's that. But it was said on a status out there that you were that person. So I can attest. That's not her, people. So
It's
stop
not.
falling for that. Find a real
She
person.
is not Kevin Black.
Yeah,
She's not.
definitely not me.
She's not Kevin Black.
Because that's public records
Right.
there. You know what I'm saying? If I want to just, talk about people being locked up, we could just talk about it. We don't have to do it from a fake page.
Right.
We can have from reality. So I would say that this is someone who is close to you guys that are ashamed and don't want you to find out who they are, because I don't give a fuck. I'm not ashamed. I don't give a damn.
Right.
So what caused the 5 o'clock video, the 5 a.m. video? That's no, you know what? Honestly, that's some shit. Everybody gonna be like the 5 a.m.
5 a.m. video.
5 a.m.
There was a couple.
Okay.
I was asleep, warm in my bed. By the grace of God, I had woke up that morning.
No, she didn't testify.
Yes, because I had went to bed that night before, roughly around 8:30. So I had slept all night. I get all my sleep.
Good sleep.
No powder involved, just sleeping.
No powder involved.
So I can wake up at 5:30.
So you must know a lot of powder heads because you keep saying the powder.
Well, I'm just saying it's out there.
Hey.
And if they in it, they in it. But
And she not talking about baby powder, people.
don't
baby
get into
powder.
the powder
Yeah.
and try to attack me, because that's what happens a lot. People get on these drugs and they get above their means.
That's a fact.
Talking to me.
Talking
Because I'm going to
crazy.
think you want some powder. That's the first thing I'm going to go to. Like, Judge Master, I know a crackhead when I see him. I know a powder head trying to rise up against me when they start talking. So, I come from that.
Okay.
From that background. I come from a family of alcoholics. Been around people who sold drugs early coming up in life. So, certain things it's a trigger for you. And people who try to get high and talk crazy, that's a trigger for me.
Now you said one thing that I'm very keen on. Like even when as the older I get, I try to be honest and admit with people, and I talk to these two most of the time when I tell triggers are real. Mm-hmm. They are real, and I think that the thing is in our community we don't know what triggers really are.
Or we true, and we don't have full understanding how to use the terminology, because sometimes a lot of us use it as an scapegoat, where you did this, that's a trigger for me, but no, that's a trigger for yourself too. So it's like, it's not just because it's a trigger, it's okay for you to, whatever the case may be. Like, for example, I hold myself accountable. The mirror is the biggest reflection you can have to see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong.
Right.
And so I could say that towards myself, me reading like I did at 5 a.m.
5
Hey,
a.m.
that wasn't already right. Mm-mm. That wasn't right what I did.
Okay.
But it happened.
And that was my next question.
Something had to have triggered you to do that.
Right. But guess what?
5 a.m.
Just because
and the
it
way
triggered.
that you read at 5 a.m.
Okay, so.
Yeah, because my next question was gonna be, well,
But it don't make it right though.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
It don't make it right.
so now that we say that, how do you feel about the 5 a.m. Aisha, the video when you saw it?
I just wondered what is going on.
What happened?
Yeah, like what happened? Like
There's a lot of emotions.
where is it coming from? Like when I saw it, I was just like, oh wow, she's going in.
And the
On
reason
everybody.
why I thought
One by one.
that her opinion is valid, well, not valid or valuable to this conversation, is because Aisha comes from a place where she really don't really know people.
Understandable.
And so when people look at you and they
Looks innocent.
that's my innocent but a beast, a bad beast boss.
That's what I
But
like.
on the flip side though, when people look at you and they don't know you,
Right.
With me knowing you, I always want people to see good in people. But I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
Wasn't no good in that damn video.
Okay. It depends on who's listening.
Right.
It depends on who actually needs to take something from it, because the video didn't apply to everybody. So it's not going to appease to everybody. Some people it's going to make them uncomfortable. Some people it's going to piss them off. Some people are going to find it funny. Some people are going to say, oh, some people got what they deserved. It's going to be a lot of emotions coming from that video. But for one thing about it, and two things for sure, wasn't no lies in it.
Oh.
Okay. And that's all I know.
Okay. No lies in it. Portia, any question about those videos? Anything in particular?
Things that stuck out to me. It was some funny parts. It was some funny parts about that video. It was some parts that I would say that I would have to disagree on, just from my standpoint, and where I don't choose to go in arguments, i.e. children, for the most part, because we as adults, I'm going to argue with you as an adult. I'm never going to involve a kid. But outside of that, I probably laughed. I found it comedic. But I also knew that somewhere in there was a problem. Like, it's not just you. Like, I know that they are ganging up on you type deal. You get what I'm saying? You're not just getting up at 5 o'clock to read somebody for nothing, you know?
The people wake up.
But, yeah.
And contrary to popular belief, they say that if a person has that much, like, it's kind of like somebody has a power over you. You get what I'm saying? And when I looked at it with me knowing you, Contessa, I looked at it in the sense of, damn, wait, I know she funny as hell, but the thing that most probably affected me was that I do know some of the people in there, and there's one comment, and I do want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. And me, you've talked about it. The reason why I called you, because I said, why would you talk about the dead? So my question to you is that people may know. I know the answer. But my question to you is, why would you speak on someone's child that passed away when that's something that's uncontrollable? Because at the end of the day, it hurts. And you don't want to be the victim, or you don't want to be the cause of someone hurting, because you don't know what that person may do. They may go better and kill themselves, or they may say, I'm just saying. But
No,
they don't know what
listen,
you
I'm
go
taking
through.
all this in, right.
So when I first heard about it, I kind of laughed at it. Not laughed about the situation, but laughed at the video. But more so, I was kind of angry because that the other party is my friend too, and I would be less of a friend if I wouldn't speak up and say, that's wrong, because if they talked about your child, even though I may not know all of your children,
I will come
the best for
about you
you.
and not knowing you, like, just because how I feel about
So what caused you to say that about her child? Because it's easy, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Shout out to Jig Marley. He's not here, but he was a talented individual, and I'm pretty sure all of us can agree with that. He hasn't done anything to you. But if you felt like his mother has, what caused you to say that?
Well, first of all, we got to get clarity on
Just
what
to
I
take it
said.
that far.
You said, "Where's your son?" In quote. Everybody say quote.
Quote.
Hello.
Hello.
Help
Yeah,
him
thank
with the
you,
cord.
Hello.
That's it.
Hey, Aisha, where's your son?
Okay.
And to me, that was kind of like,
Okay. So we have clarity on what was said.
Okay. Yeah.
So there was a question that was asked. There was not a dialogue where someone was attacking him about his character. He was never put down as a person. Okay. Now, mindful, she's a mother, right? So am I.
Exactly.
And my son is alive.
Yeah.
Now, come on now. No, hold on now, because
Okay.
you asked me a question.
Okay.
You asked me a question, so you got to give me a chance to explain
Go
it.
ahead.
And really, I'm just going to try to clear it up. So my son is alive, and it doesn't hold. It's not a differential or any precedent or respective place. It's the thing that is that why is it okay for you to disrespect my living son? Life is just as valuable as a person that is not here.
That's the fact.
I'm a mother too. And so when you like, you comment, you share, you talk shady, then you put yourself in a place where you're vulnerable to be attacked as well. Now, am I trying to justify what happened? No, I'm not. I'm giving you the reality of the baseline.
Just coming from an attacked person.
Coming from a hurt person.
person.
No, hurt people will hurt people.
You're right.
And this is a true fact. We cannot negate the fact that I'm not human.
Right.
I have my shit bleed.
Yeah.
Right.
And so a lot of times people try to dehumanize me. And so when I have to get on that ass, Yeah, I have to bring you back, to let you know I'm somebody too. It may not be the most effective, appropriate, conscious, respectful way. Right. But that's how I deal with shit sometimes because I've been a victim of bullying. Yeah, all my life. See, it's a shit that you never know where a person come from. Right. So my defense mechanism and my skin is a little bit thicker and tougher because of my life experiences.
So it's more so like I just don't give a fuck if you come for me.
In that
I'm
moment.
No. I care because if I didn't care, I would have never responded.
So do you care enough to have a conversation with someone that? Because you asked the question, it's not like science. We know where her son is. He's dead. Right. Everybody. I mean, just be real for a second.
Shade is shade. Emotional damage is emotional damage. And when we as black people stop playing the victim to certain situations, seriously, because trauma is trauma.
So are you saying
death
that
in prison is not too far from death? And my son's in jail on some very serious charges. And so the way that some of these things happen where our young people go into the system, they don't make it home. They get attacked. They, mental health, suicide, whatever the case may be. So trauma is trauma. That's my son.
And was that your trigger that caused the 5 a.m. live? I understand.
Because you said...
Because I had to... I'm saying, were they talking about that situation?
It was a multitude of things. See, I let these bitches carry on for years. Excuse me, females.
No, you
carry on for years. And all through COVID. I think it was like 2020. I had a conversation with long titties, long lashes.
Who was that?
We ain't dropping no names. Everybody knows who
okay,
long titties.
If you got long titties and long lashes, I need to know who.
Medicaid titties. Medicaid titties.
That was hilarious because
and I'm standing on that. Medicaid titties.
Well, whoever you are, long titties,
long lashes, long crack.
Camera, I'm looking for long you, crack. Sis. Go ahead.
Crack longer than the ocean.
Oh my God.
But so when we stop putting ourselves and just putting ourselves in a box where, your trauma is more different, is more special than mine, or the way my trauma affected me, it's more, it makes me more special than you. No, trauma is trauma. And even though people deal with it different, it still has an effect on people.
Did you try to go to her?
No, for what? She didn't try to go to me.
But
listen, I know Aisha.
So
I know Aisha a little bit, and I know her characteristics. And the same thing I told you. A lot of times, people like to play the victim, and that's beyond her son. This is just in her DNA. Take Jig out of the equation, and much respect for him. He's been in my house before. Right. I know the boy. I knew him very well. Every child that has pretty much everyone that has passed away on the Northeast from Rocco on up and down. I lived in I lived in Piedmont Circle. Right. I know all of them. They all been in my house. I done chilled with them when I was smoking weed. I smoked weed with them. Like, there's nothing to be like, try to separate myself from. Those are my peers in my community. Right. However, I'm still a mother. Yeah. So Aisha has to, if she wants people to get on her level, she has to be able to flex. And you have to understand that what you said about my living son hurt.
Well,
to me, it hurt me.
Okay, so me.
We just had to speak.
And not
to,
that she said anything
and
particularly. Don't play with my kids.
Right.
See, that's off limits. A lot of times, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
we get where we don't want to. We mention kids. We bring the kids up.
Right.
Don't even draw a picture.
Don't
a
play
stick
like
fucking
that with
picture
me.
of my kids and hold up a smoke sign and put them in the argument. Leave the kids out of it. Yeah. I can tear into your ass all day long. And never bring up your kids. That's me. But after a while,
but you got into some people.
Yeah, you did, and I say this.
After a while, when the camel straw, it'll break. Yeah, you can't keep talking about my kids. Them are my children.
Right.
But on the flip side, though, I will say this one thing I do know about you. When they go low, you go to hell.
They say I'm Erica Mays, little Eric Mays' cousin. That's what they said.
And we all have sons, and I'm not gonna lie. And I asked you this one question. I'm gonna ask you this live too, right? Because you said it earlier. You said when you start liking, sharing, and commenting. Because most of the people that I've seen, I haven't never seen them say anything in particular about you. Now, if you have, that's one thing.
Oh, please. Oh, they have.
No.
You just haven't had time to keep up with it.
Some people who like and share.
Yeah, some people. There are some people who ha at it because I know.
And if I don't know them, I don't say shit to them. But if I know something about your ass, I'm gonna say something.
So if I would have, there was a status, and I'm not gonna say where the status came from, but there was a status that was put up where people was ha-ha and kicking on it.
Yeah.
And I asked you, I said, well, what if I would have ha-ha the status? What would you have done?
I probably would have read your ass too.
Yeah, and then I would have read your ass back.
And then we just would have been some reading motherfuckers because we both here. We
would
literate.
have been reading. I mean, you know, that's the point. We
But
educate.
that's the risk that you take online. And that's why I don't get into it with this online shit, because people get on here and they talk all the toughest shit.
Stop.
But then when it knocks
Stop.
on your door,
Stop.
you're ready to pull up.
Stop. You said you don't get in this online shit. Yes, you do.
No, I'm talking about as far as letting it drive my life. When have you
yeah.
ever? When have you seen me pulling up to a bitch house? You ain't gonna see it.
You don't see that, but I do see that if you took the time at 5 a.m. to wake up to start it off, then you have the time to keep it going.
Screenshot woke me up.
Screenshot.
If you go back to the video and look at the video, my eyes was red. I had just woken up and it's a ding.
But bitch, you were reading.
Uh-huh.
I will give it to you. You were reading. You were reading the girls.
Yes, because I had woke up, got me a little bit of water, stretched my legs. You know, everything else I
You
need
was
to do
ready.
between.
You prepared.
And I mean, pretty much, I have I'm the elephant. You know, when it comes, I don't forget. And so, like I said, that was the spilling point. They had been talking. You know, the black Barbie lady, she had been talking with her, you know, with the blonde hair. I don't know her name. Miss Harding. She's like, got the name of the foot.
Oh, shout out to Nikki Harding. I'm going to ahead and drop that girl name. That's my B.
She had been
She done shop with me.
I don't know the lady.
You don't?
Nope. I don't know the lady from Asshole to Appetite.
So I will say this about Nikki. One thing I do, I don't really know her personally. That's my mom.
They say,
They don't say shit. I don't know what they say, but I do know this. That she's a beautiful girl. I do know that she
had
loves her
very nice
boys. Who?
she had very nice teeth. I saw
And
that.
skin and hair.
I saw a little filter. I didn't know if that was real or not. But she did look very
You are
pretty.
so damn petty. She's a pretty girl.
She looks pretty.
She's a very beautiful
She looks
girl,
very pretty.
and I do fucks with Nikki the long way.
I don't fuck with her talking about me and she don't know me though.
That line.
It made me
was
go out and
funny,
find her son.
Now
line was
I know
funny.
I probably may get
No
ridiculed
disrespect,
for
but it
this
was
to
funny.
everybody,
It was
but
funny.
it was the fact that you said, and in quotes, hey,
I fucked your son.
Nikki, I fucked your son, you know, and I don't mean to say it like that, but that's how you said it. You said it.
That's not what I said.
Okay,
What you say? Give
Tell
it
me
to
what you
us how
say.
you
Get
gave it
into
to
it.
us.
Say it again.
Nah, that's what I said.
Okay. Say what you said.
But let me tell you this.
Because if anybody tell me they fucked my son and I think the worst of them,
Oh
I will be like, Lennox!
Right.
Get some motherfucking, you know, something
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Cussing him
you crazy.
out.
Why you do that?
Why did she do that? You know, why is you saying all these things about me? You calling me saying I had this and, you know, associating me with STDs. And I saw things where she said that I'm this and that and the third. And you don't know me. You don't know me from Asshole to Appetite. But I know your son, though. And I met him. And, you know, he's a very nice individual. You raised a good person. And I don't understand why you don't display those same qualities. Her son's very quiet, very active.
Because you know.
Very attractive.
Very attractive. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
Very respectful.
Okay.
He respects older women a lot.
Have you tried to
Yep. He's very hands-on.
have you tried to go to Nikki and
But
check
what? I don't know her.
But she said something bad about you that offended you.
It did, and I had to talk to her son about it.
Why do you have to talk to her son?
Because I just felt like it was I could get to her through him.
If somebody came to you about your son, Aisha, because I want to get you in on this, because you're from a different. Keep it real.
I want to fuck. I don't want to fuck. Yeah, he's right
If
up my
somebody
alley.
come to you about your son and you think the worst of them, and you've heard things and you've seen things about this particular person, and they say, "Hey, Aisha, yeah, I just want to let you know I fucked your son."
I fucked your son. And
Or
he was in this.
let me say, shout out to my aunt Avis, because she don't want me cussing like that.
Miss Avis, pray for us.
But how would you feel if somebody said, "I fucked your son"?
I mean, but at the end of the day, my son is grown. He's a grown man.
Yes.
So like
He grown.
he had a
Hell
moment.
yeah, I don't
like
want nobody babies. He was grown as hell.
But
He was in the casino when I met him,
like
smoking cigarettes.
as far as like me being like if it was a person that I didn't like if it was a person that I didn't care for, I don't really know how I would feel about that. I mean, like
It's gonna spike you.
it will spite me, but I'll be like, well, how did y'all get there? You know, I guess maybe that would all. Yeah, I could ask. It's done. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right. It's
Yeah. I'm gonna beat my son the fuck up.
I mean, they grown though. Truth be told, they are grown.
Yeah.
I mean, that like Like,
I be joking about it, but seriously, like, it's just something that happened.
Yeah.
It did happen. It was a low blow, but she been low.
You
for
just
a
feel
minute.
like she should know.
No, I don't think she should have known. I did it out of spite.
So in particular, what do you know for facts? What have she said?
She done said a lot. She know what she said. She be trying to be in that messy group with, and that's what I'm saying. These grown people, I'm not finna play with you. You know what you've done. You know what you've said. I don't have time for that. Okay. Because I got my own shit going on. So me trying to piece together what you know that you've done is not up my alley. Mm-hmm. All I ask you is to not do it. If you do it, then it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And it's a conversation that need to take place. Now, of course, she might be furious with me, but that doesn't change the narrative. The narrative is this, is that you were up talking pure cash shit about someone that you don't know, you have never met. I have never ran afoul on you, never messed with your man.
You run fouls on people?
Huh?
You run fouls on people?
I run laps around bitches. I don't run fouls. I run laps.
Okay.
Yes.
Track.
Period. In my own lane, though. Because I'm someone who come from food stamps, Section 8, Medicaid, all that shit. But during COVID and a little bit before that, the transition of life is like, where do I see myself in 5 years? Where do I see myself in, 10 years? So I started tracking my life on where I wanted to be. And so I lost communication with a lot of people. People didn't see my growth. People didn't understand where I was going to, the things that I experienced. And so it separated people from me a little bit more than they were before, because I've never been a people person.
Right. Right, you haven't. Yeah. When I first met, I'll never forget when I first met you. I was like, this girl. Well, no. I heard a lot about you, and then when I met you, it was different.
Right.
I mean, and just to go ahead and set the elephant in the room, because people want to know, like, why they get this girl? What was interest with her? When we first found out about you, it was literally due to, I want to say you were a victim of
bullying.
Yeah, well, and not bullying, but a victim of what do you do when you put sex videos out on people? Because it was your
revenge porn.
Yeah, it was. I feel like you were a victim of revenge porn.
That's how it started.
Yeah, and I remember specifically. I don't want to give the other party the light of day because I don't know that person. Even though
he doing bad, he a walkie-talkie at this point. He walking, so God, the universe is doing this thing. He don't even got a car. Okay,
right. But when you were a victim of that, the first thing I said was, why would he do that? Right. And then over the years, I ain't gonna lie, because even though I'm like you, my skin is built tough. All of us should have tough skin, but they've been lightning your ass straight up.
Yeah.
And at some point, it's just like, why? Of course, the why part comes to like, well, who first started it? Where did we begin from?
Well, it all started when they thought they was gonna be in my business about my baby daddy. I wasn't going for it because it wasn't their baby daddy. It was mine.
But
that's what started.
In any case, there has to be a point where somebody that's keeping it going.
Well, so that's another thing too. People have to be careful who they talk to. Everybody ain't gonna take the same shit that you give certain people. Now, me, I'm not gonna go for that because I know how I treat people. And so if I don't treat you bad, I'm not gonna let you treat me bad. And if we have to get a little bit, I'm childish at times. Maybe that's my affliction. Hell, Paul had one. Why wouldn't I have one? Come on now.
Who is Paul for people that don't know?
Come on.
Who's Paul for people that don't know?
Paul, he was an apostle out of the Bible.
Oh, so you read the Bible.
The word.
I'm just saying, Paul had an affliction.
She know the word.
She know the word.
Kid.
So that goes to show me that even bitches who know the word, they still like to read.
Period.
Right. Okay.
But maybe that's my affliction. But nevertheless, that's something for me to deal with.
Right.
You can't come and bear your negativity and your, all that bullshit you trying to dump on me. I'm not a junkyard. You're not just gonna come over here and pal on me. So especially when I say shit to you.
So since you talk about the Bible, what about the woman with the issue of blood? She couldn't help what she had.
What you mean?
If she would have laughed at your comment, would you came for her issue of blood?
Am I saved?
Are you?
No. We sitting up here.
She's still working. She's still working. She's still working.
I believe I'm from Acts 2 and 38. Oh. So that's how I gotta go. I'm not saved. Now am I connected? Yeah. Do I have a relationship? Yes. But I'm not, I don't speak the tongues and all that stuff like that.
You ain't got to be saved.
Well, depends on where you come from.
Okay.
Depends on where you
but
come from.
just to put that out there, you don't have to speak those tongues to be saved.
And so I'm moving right along because Christ, he ain't enabling none of this, but he's keeping his hand on me. Right. My imperfections are my imperfection. That's flesh. I can't put that on nobody else but me.
Do you believe?
But I do a lot of good though.
So I don't want to ask all the questions because I seem like I'm the therapist.
Well, not, because you know more of her from the outside looking in. Like I spoke with you before we start shooting or whatever, and because I feel like you have to get to know a person. I'm unbiased. I only know you from the internet.
Come on,
of what
unbiased.
She better get it right.
You better connect
because
that.
they got me right.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Contessa. Contessa got you right. She said no.
She did.
And she said, Porsche said, I'm biased to the situation. And Contessa said, it's unbiased.
Unbiased.
I said, damn, we got to educate a bitch on this set.
She
Okay.
fixed it. Right. No, but from the outside looking in, just watching the videos or listening to what people have said about you, I would have been like, nah, she crazy. Mm-hmm. Like I told you before, even when I heard that you were invited, I'm like, why they invite her to the church and she be out there showing out? But I also know it's something deeper behind that. You're not just showing out on the internet just to show out. I don't feel like anybody shows out just to show out. You get what I'm saying? Like something
No, I ain't
forces that. Like
it feels good to just like, I ain't cutting you up, but it feels good. I'm looking at her facial expressions and how you talk, but it feels good to hear somebody say something kind of positive. So it's like, oh, yeah, okay.
Because I don't know her, so I'm coming from that end. I don't know half the people on the internet, just like I'm sure have. And that's what was crazy to find out. Half the people that you arguing with, you've never even met.
Nope.
One of your main people, you've never even met them. You've never seen this person face up. That is nuts.
So I did reach out to one of the main people, and I reached out to him, the infamous,
The $250 fine man.
I'm not doing
the
that.
one that be sitting on that
I'm not
the blue chair.
Then I'm not
to the author.
Yeah, to the author. That's
If
what
you
we're gonna
park
say.
in that spot, it's
Because we're not
$250.
gonna- I believe that everybody has their own platform. It's up to you to make that platform as great as it is. We've chosen to make our platform what it is, as you can see.
It was wrong for that wheelchair
Shout out to
right there.
Aisha.
They got room for a wheelchair.
Styled by Aisha.
Wheelchair
that
ramp.
was nuts still to know.
But I reached out to
never
him and I said to him, would you be willing to come sit down and have a conversation with us and her? And I will say, even with him, the first thing he said is, he don't know you.
Yeah.
So they always play the trick in my mind because it's like, wait. If you don't know her,
why
you
go
got
so
a lot to
hard?
say? Yeah. And half of the time, it's not what he is. It's not him saying it. It's what people are saying to him. He's just delivering it.
Hypothetically.
Okay.
Hypothetically, honey. I know
But he
a
posts his
crackhead when I see
inboxes
one.
too, just as well, like you can.
Some, yeah. And some
you
no.
think he just take it and run with it and just.
I know a devil
bullying.
when I see one. I know a devil when I see one. Nope. Some yes, most no.
Right. So
Shit starter,
So
devil shepherd.
But one
Sent
of the
from
reasons
hell.
why he wouldn't sit, and I'm gonna just go ahead because I don't know why I'm going this way with it, because maybe it can answer the next question about the next person, and then we'll go on the positive side of it, on the light of it.
Right.
Okay.
He said the reason why he would not come sit down with you is because, what do you think?
Them knots was gonna be all over his damn head. And
Nobody
And
So one thing that we do put out there with our sets of clothes, it's a vibe thing.
Right.
Y'all asked me a question. He thought that's what. Now he thought the knots was gonna be. It wasn't gonna be that.
No, but
No,
see,
that's not-
gonna look at
but
you.
They can only go by what they see.
Right.
And in one particular, you know me, I have to be a person. I'm learning in the podcast world, people who've given me advice. Thank you. I appreciate you. God is good. But I'm learning how to A, talk in the camera. B, I'm learning how to research an interview. And a lot of these people, I reached out to, and I said, yo, what's up? I'm about to sit down with her, and I need to know, is there anything that you want to say, how you feel? And one of the people said, well, I'm not banging with her simply because she the police.
Oh yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. If I've never understood anything in the world, I understood I wouldn't come nowhere either if I got beef with somebody and they capable of calling the police. So that's one reason. I don't want you to think it's more.
Nah, that don't even make no sense. Hold on, let me get the read on that. First of
let me
all,
stop you.
nah,
No.
because you brought the police in it, so let me address it.
Okay, go ahead.
Because that in our hood, that's a taboo.
That's a rat. They call it a
I don't
rat.
give a fuck what they call it. If it's
Okay.
me or you, bitch, it's you.
Oh.
I don't give a fuck what you call it. If it's me or you, bitch, it's you.
Yeah.
And a lot of bitches out here be starting shit, and they start the shit that they know that's gonna make a motherfucker go to their ass. Give you an example, Bika Squire.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm dropping names. Mika Squire ain't gonna harass me like she harassed Shabazz other baby mama for 3 and 4 and 5 years, talking about my children. That's emotional damage. Bitch, you're not gonna pick with me every day like that.
Well, good.
Then you threaten them. So then you set yourself up, because bitch, not only are you talking shit, you threaten them, and then you gonna go all the way down my page and like every fucking thing that you could fucking find. So bitch, you want to be on my map.
So she gave reason for harassment.
Good night, Mika.
Well,
Good fucking night.
Well, I reached. Did you look at the camera and say what?
Good fucking night, Mika.
Oh,
Don't come back around either, because I don't bother nobody. I don't want to put nobody in jail. And guess what? I'm the bitch that always goes to jail. I ain't going to jail no more. Check the records. Check the records. They won't talk about a rat.
So
Bitch,
basically,
please.
so you the Tommy Lee of Winston-Salem.
Anywho, like I said, I'm not going down for it. Check the records. 60 days, 90 days, all that shit.
It
I got
won't be
children.
you.
It
Yeah.
won't be me this time.
Right.
And that's for guess what? Not speaking up, not advocating, putting bitches on the map with the police, because we could go back
Did
and
you
forth.
say putting bitches on the map with the police?
We can bust window for window. We can do all that. But what are we going to get out of
What you
that?
gonna get out of it?
Girl, please. Bye.
Because
Go
in
to
her
jail.
head, she think it's fake charges.
Oh, in her head, she think that goddamn wig she got on is her real hair. But guess what? It's still an Amazon wig. It's still an Amazon wig. It don't make it so.
They don't make it.
Everybody know how Mika is, just how they claim, but they really know how Mika is. That's why she got stabbed up on that porch like that.
Okay, bitch.
No, because if you want to call somebody the police, girl, I'm not going to jail. Why do I have to go to jail to prove something? Leave me the fuck alone.
Leave her alone, guys.
No,
Yeah, so-
and that ain't a plea.
That's
No,
the
that's
point.
not a plea.
Hold
That's
on,
a warning.
wait.
Because if it's
I
me or
know,
you,
that's
bitch,
what
you
I'm
going to
warning.
jail.
I'm warning. Leave her alone.
Thank you.
Y'all
I
just
can't
leave her
warn. I'm
alone.
gonna just please leave my girl
Police.
alone, please, y'all, please.
Yeah.
because y'all
Cause
making her pop.
She tryna-
Police.
She's
Y'all
interesting.
making her pop.
Go
Yeah,
to
she's
jail.
interesting.
Miss
And
Aisha. Go to jail. Them pretty ass teeth. It's like
Thank
my
you.
Aisha making me pretty.
Contessa. Thank you. You are too.
I love Diana Ross.
But
That's what you giving.
Thank
the
you.
teeth and the eyelashes.
Girl, keep commenting on her. Let her.
But I just want to give you like a little bit of advice. You know, you're a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
You know, you got a lot going for you, and you say you got a lot of growth, right?
I'm still growing.
Right, and we all are.
Yeah.
We all are. Yeah, but
I die
don't.
daily.
You can't let them knock you off your square. You know,
But what is really knocking me off?
like
this
knocking
way?
like feeding into
It offends y'all
the
when
energy.
I get upset, don't it?
No, it doesn't offend us. No.
It makes me feel good. So
Yeah.
before she go in there, I think the part that what people need to know is that you are running for a city official election.
I am.
Right. So how I look at that is like when I found out that, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be real as hell. I laughed like hell, like my bitch is running, and then
And then after you laughed, did you look around at your fucking neighborhood and shit?
No, because I stay in a good neighborhood. you
I'm
know?
just saying, when you ride down the
I
street,
mean, I'm just saying, sis.
you felt the whole. I mean, come on, I don't care where you
No,
said.
for
No,
real.
no, it's a pothole somewhere.
But I get what you. But I get what you're saying. But in a case where some people don't know you, if they were to see that 5:00 a.m. video, I show my uncle, and I never get his reaction towards it was, who the fuck is that?
You should have said a real bitch.
But and my question to him was this. I said it like this. I said, what would you say if this person was running for a city official? Would you vote for her? And so before I tell you that answer, then a comment I read under one picture said, I would love to have her as a city official
I saw
elected
that.
because she can argue her ass off, and you can. So how I looked at it is you have to take some good to it, and you got to be like, how can we critique this? Because if somebody argue like the way you do, because you stand in what you believe in. Of course, we play all day. Shout out to Aisha for that damn sign. Play all day. But yeah, we play all day. But at the end of the day, I want people to see that side of you, because us as black people, we were never educated on what the hell go on in our city too. And that's another thing. Even to the child that slapped the teacher, that's a whole different conversation. But I look at it very differently. It's about our surroundings and how we were brought up. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us don't even know what the city official or whatever you're trying to run for, we don't even know that position on what it entails or includes.
Right.
So when I looked at
That's
it,
why I be so offensive when people try to sabotage shit they don't understand.
right. And when I looked at
hold
it,
on.
go ahead.
But you will sabotage yourself too,
Awareness is key,
you
though.
feel like, but because you feel like you have to give. What I know, where I feel like you were going giving a response. What I learned, everybody does not deserve a response. You are putting yourself in a different platform. You're trying to fight for us.
Right.
Like, we know you got a voice. You got a voice. And fighting for us, some people can't take it serious, seeing you on live, doing all that, and then to come and vote behind. But I've spoken to you these past couple days, and you really dope. Like, you dope. You're a dope woman. I hate when people get on the internet and feel like they have to respond to everything. And what I've gotten was, you respond out of hurt, you respond out of anger, and I do see the attacks. Like, so no, it's only so much that you're gonna take, but where you are and where you're trying to go, like, it's gonna get worse. You get what I'm saying? It can get worse with the people that vote for you, or you winning, and the people that didn't vote for you. It can get worse, and you can't be on that internet. You win. Right. We're gonna speak it. You win, right?
Right.
And the people start attacking you. Why they get this? You know how it can go. Yeah. You know how it can go. Right. You can't get on there and start. Oh, da 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 da.
Because I'm gonna be like, do you think
these people a platform?
Can I explain?
Go ahead.
You can.
So when God gives you a vision, right? You sometimes you have to, and it may not appease to everyone. And this is a real thing. At first, I was outside of my context, outside of myself, trying to be something that was not in my character.
Right.
And when I say that, I'm saying to talk to a population of people that really needs to be active in this 2024 vote. And when I say that, and I say this with all due respect, we had 45 murders. A lot of women lost their sons last year. We don't have time to be holding nobody's fucking hand. We don't have time to be putting women towards our bosoms because they're grown with children. Okay? Now, they're not going to listen to, hi, I'm not sorry. I know my community because I'm from it. This is the difference. I want you to see the differential. I'm from the shit. I understand what's going on, and a lot of it is anger because of the experience. The needs that they have are my needs. The oppression that they have are my impression. Yeah, and it causes psychological damage. You live through this shit all day, through the Winston, all the drama and shit, all the gunshots, all the violence. I have PTSD sometimes. I feel like the anxiety is overwhelming. So forgive me if my delivery is not from a place of peace. Hell, we didn't have peace last year. We had war. So with that being said, I didn't kill nobody. I didn't steal from anybody. I wasn't sexually molesting children. Come on now.
Oh, you talking?
All right. I wasn't doing some of the worst of things that some of these politicians have been accused from. But I have a fucked up mouth. But that's something that can be corrected.
But I will say
this. And that's something that you know me for, but you don't know me for the fake shit. You don't know me for being malicious and tearing people down, and that's in the computer. That's irrefutable. That's indisputable.
I don't know you for tearing people down, but you tore people down with that video.
Exactly.
You did.
And so maybe I did that. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
I did that so to get people's attention, because until we have a conversation and everybody's held accountable, and let me throw my ass in the mash too. Let me throw my ass up in it too. Yeah, bitches got to focus on themselves. That's a conversation that live needed to happen. Yes. Bitches needed to be centered, because there is a lot of things that we neglect as women because we're so focused on things that don't have shit to do with nothing. Now, I'm sorry that the delivery wasn't what it wasn't like. But guess what? The conversation is being had.
So you say you're sorry for how the delivery is brought?
No, I'm sorry that they offended. And I'm sorry that Aisha was hurt about the question that I asked about her son in comparison to my son, and to comparison to my son's dad. These are my words. Yeah. These are my feelings. I'm not a liar. So I'm going to be clear about that.
But I
don't appreciate it.
And I understand.
And I can see how she didn't appreciate what I said.
That I just and to end all of that, because you don't want to spend time on the negative, because I do want to hear Aisha's standpoint on somebody who don't know you at all, but what they expect of, because I love black people, period. I went to Morehouse. Black people is what I know. And not only that, but it makes me happy to see people I know achieve things that they desire. I.e., shout out to Nicole, the lawyer. A lot of people don't recognize her story. When she was younger, she didn't have everything. Now she went to school for hard. Now it's a lot of people in this community that we don't give credit to where credit is due. However, we're not out here seeing them do the things that you do. Not bashing you for it, but on the
what things is that I do? Does that mean giving people free rides to clinics?
You give.
No. Because guess what? Yeah, no. Because I do a lot of shit that nobody knows about outside of the internet.
Okay.
I give motherfuckers free rides to clinics. I connect them to services because I care about their mental health. Yes, I connect them to substance use services. I advocate for people for reentry rights. People that are in prison and are sitting there and they don't have the mental health to even deal with the consequences that are ahead of them. I do a lot of goodness and I don't get paid like I should get paid. I do consulting. Yes. And also I offer my
I'll say yes again.
Yes. And I do I
Yes.
offer my true story to people. See, I don't have to tell people my story.
I think you should.
I do, because that's a requirement of being a peer support. See, a lot of people in this community say they're peer supports, and I know who they are, but they don't do the requirements. You're supposed to tell people where you come from.
And peer support is a real job.
Oh, it's a real job, and it pays very well. But it's also one of the most targeted jobs where people manipulate people. Yeah, and they take advantage of people as well.
And see this is the side.
And I don't go for that shit.
This is the side that I want people to see you as. But I can, and we all have agreed. Like, I think sometimes we don't see that side. You spend more time focusing on the negative part. So
Do I?
yeah.
No, I think that the people need to start real recognizing principalities. Because if you have a person who is not thinking about you, and they're in their own little world for 4 and 5, 6 years, and then all of a sudden, when someone is trying to do something to make a difference and do something better for a large group of people that have basically shit on me, but I don't care because I don't have that type of heart where I carry burdens.
Right.
I carry grudges.
Right.
I say what I say, I move on.
Right.
It's just, I don't need that in my stomach. So once I'm trying to do something else, then here you come again, you're resurfacing with the same energy, and you got a different group of people with the same agenda.
However, I think
turn the cheek. Like, stop.
Huh?
You don't think that you can? Do you think that you could go without responding? Or do you
Are y'all
feel?
not
Do
listening?
you feel?
No, we listen.
I'm
4 and
just
5
saying.
years, I said nothing.
Yeah, but
I'm
still,
human.
but 4 or 5 years ago, you weren't running for a position. Is what I'm
That's
trying to get
what I'm
to.
trying to
I'm
say.
4 or
not,
5 years
I'm not
ago,
a politician. That's
I mean,
another
no,
thing
you're
other
not.
people need to understand.
You're
Explain
not,
this.
but still,
I'm a stateswoman. That mean, that's a difference. It's a difference. I'm not a politician.
it's a difference.
That means that I have an agenda.
and you're running for so before,
And I am running for a political office, but that means that I'm very unorthodox.
So let's educate the people.
Okay.
Because when me and her had a conversation, I was letting her know a little bit of background because I know you. Fortunately, I have that fortune where I do know you because some people really don't know you, and you are the type of person you don't let everybody in.
Right.
But you taught me one thing about the reason where you running against what's her name, Burke. You said you're running as what kind
I call it B2B.
Shout out to B2B, aka Burke. But
B2B, I
you
always
said
say.
you're running as the it's a what?
So I'm an unaffiliated. I'm running as an unaffiliated candidate. So I don't identify as Republican or Democrat.
Okay.
And so what that entails is that when people don't know what you think and they don't know which way you'll go, they want to hold you accountable. So I have to collect 300 signatures. I've been very successful. I'm very steady. I typically collect about 5 to 7 signatures a day. And I'm always in a government center downtown. There's a great group of women that work down there that want people to come in and register the vote and make sure that they're, everything is together because that's going to be the difference between black people this year and white people. And that's because we've been suffering with housing issues more than white people. And so that's going to cause a difference with the voting because there's going to be addresses here and all that, this, that, and the third. So that's why I say it's important to tap into a different group of people that don't vote. And that's 18 to 30, 35, and 40. That's the group that I'm tapping in, and they love messy.
I love an educated bitch.
Yeah,
I'm just
they
sitting here
love-
getting
yeah,
in, and it's
they
like
love messy.
It's funny because they know you as the messy side, and then I'm looking at something like this.
I'm
bitch know
balanced.
all that.
I'm from the North. I was the 24 Piedmont Circle. When I came home from prison, that's where I stayed at.
Yeah, and
Fresh out from Trade Street at the halfway house. So I've been around all these people for a very long time. I don't have to come on here and sing a tune that people wanted me to sing to betray and bamboozle my people. See, this shit is bigger than what y'all think. Yeah, it's bigger. It's a lot more to it. And it's very important not to focus on me, but to focus on your future. And you got a leader that is willing to step out because no one else stepped up. And these are serious times.
I think and then another thing is,
May not like it, but it's what it is.
We're just one population of Winston-Salem, but I don't want, shout out to my Caucasian people.
Shout out.
We love them, but we also know that
but-
they have generational wealth and they can use white privilege. And sometimes, they have a better life than us. Reality doesn't mean that we're trying to separate ourselves. We're just facing facts.
Right. But on the flip side, too.
And we don't want to pay for that courthouse.
I don't want them to see, the old videos of you addressing just one community.
Well, I have to address the community that I'm from because our community has the most issues. They're doing all right. I mean, they have fentanyl issues and substance use issues, but their parents have great Medicaid. They have the money and the funding that they need to connect to resources. My community don't have that. That's why our teenagers are getting involved in gun violence and stuff, and then they don't get victim assistance after they've been through traumatic experiences. The city of Winston-Salem is obligated to give all black sons the same treatment that they give white people. And so I have to talk about that because that is the need. If it wasn't a need, I wouldn't be talking about it.
It's the Contessa I like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to really and that's why I'm about to ask Aisha, when you're looking at her now and her hearing her talk, what is the feel you get?
She says,
I feel that you should give us this, Contessa, like give us this information, but with a real spill.
With a
I
spin
appreciate
to
the real
it.
spill. Like
I wanna
because,
give you
like,
that.
That's who like the youth connect to, So, but there are ways to go about it too. But I like the realness.
Thank
You feel
you.
me? But at the
my
same
biggest
time,
thing is that as black women, and I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about other black women, because your delivery is very soft, it's very reasonable. I can understand it. But a lot of times black women want to tell people how to act, and they ain't acting worth shit.
But you talk to a
And I'm talking about the bitches that's mad at me now. You can't tell me how to act and you ain't acting worth shit.
But you talk to
We all acting the same.
But
Right.
what happens when you run into a real bitch like
Who?
Aisha? Our show is not called As Real As It Gets because of nothing, but I literally enjoy listening to her because it's like when you run into someone
Aisha.
like her, someone that she's a boss, she has her own things going,
Yeah.
and the thing is about her, she don't really do a lot of talking. But
Yeah, I understand
when you run into people like her, you like
and
me.
I appreciate her opinion, but
It's not opinion.
no,
If she's giving you, I feel like when somebody gives
That
you
is her
advice,
opi- that's her
no,
opinion.
she's not giving you an opinion. Her opinion is how she feel about you. Now, when
advice
I say
and opinion. She's
advice, if I give you advice, it's more so just I think you should lead this way. You get what I'm saying?
all right. Well, her verbiage that she just gave,
Well, go ahead.
her articulation.
Educated be.
but it's coming from a good place, because like we can appreciate like everything that you just sat here and spilled about what you're doing in the community, and about the rides that you give, and about all that your work that you're doing. We need to see that, Contessa. A lot more. And there are ways too that you can get the youth involved. Like because you can come in a creative more stance. Reel them in. Kind of like how the church used to do. Remember the churches
But I'm
used to.
also tell you this too, and this is one thing I can't sacrifice, and that's being deceptive. That's just something I can't do. That's a large balance on my conscience.
What is being deceptive?
Not being true to yourself, not being true to people, doing underhanded things. I don't like to do people like that. And so, with that being said, with the issue, do you think it's fair for people, grown women, that have influence in our neighborhoods to sit up and gaslight and engage and trauma bond and engage in inappropriate behaviors online all day long?
Have you lost a child?
Ma'am,
Have you lost a child?
I ain't talking about nobody dying.
No. Have
I'm
you
not
lost
talking
a
about
child?
nobody dying. You can put that in it and put some sauce
I'm
on it and
asking
try
the
to make
question.
it catch up.
No. Just because I'm.
Can I get my? I asked the question first. I asked the question first.
Go
though.
ahead. Go ahead.
Question.
About
Do you think that it's a good model, right? At this time, day and age, to sit up as a grown woman all day, every day, and follow behind people's misfortunes, people in your community that look just like you, talking about they're losing housing, the children dirty. I'm just being real now because
Wrong
this
is
is
wrong.
this
Wrong
is a
is wrong.
choice. This is a choice. You have a choice whether to do this or not. Now I know people it's fucked up out here. People do shit to get them on shit, But you are still responsible as a person to get involved in that shit. And so that's what I be telling people. Anything can make you a target. Just because it's on the fucking internet, you don't have to say anything.
Hey, you just speaking to yourself.
And guess what? And guess what? I'm also speaking to them bitches, because if you think that you're going to pound on me and I don't do it, because like I said, it's a choice. Now you find a post where I'm doing that shit and I'll lick your ass.
Oh,
Today live. Find it. Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
No, I'm
You lick
serious.
ass?
No, I'm serious.
Do you lick ass, bitch?
I'm grown.
Wrong.
Now, if you find that, and I'm serious, because that sets the standard, and people don't want to deal with that.
We got
because
Suki on the bitches on the set. Go ahead.
people don't want. She made $1 million doing that.
Hey, she went to jail recently too. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
But so, now, I mean, we just have to be serious. Like, you cannot wash one window and think the whole panel is going to be clean and you left 3 other panels dirty. You got to go all the way around the board. Now, if we're going to do the shit, let's do the shit. But if we're not going to do it, stop playing with me. Because I'm going to bring it to you every time you cross me, because I don't cross people.
So it sounds like
If the people left you alone,
You ain't got to leave me alone. Just be respectful. I don't get out here disrespecting people.
So I guess what I'm asking, like, of course the video is done, but pretty much, what did we get out of it?
I don't know what the fuck y'all got out
No,
of it.
No.
Oh, what did I get out of it?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like,
Did you feel vindicated?
nah, I just raised the bar. If you want to talk shit for real.
take it there.
And this is the thing about it too. I showed that you could talk shit and you don't have to get out here and fight. Now, of course, these bitches want to fight.
Well, you say
But
things
you ain't
that
gonna
matter.
be no. A lot of these girls
Talk
need to
about my
learn how-
dead son, bitch. I gotta get you.
What you mean? You talk about my living son, I'll smack your ass just the same.
But you can't control the dead.
But you can't control the living either, apparently. Because I had taught my
But the living ain't hers.
Honey.
It's yours.
What you mean? It's mine.
It's your son.
So what you think her property is more bad? That's what I'm saying. Nobody better than nobody else. And when people understand that, then they'll be more mindful of what they say. And I know they hate it, but I stand on that.
So we can agree to disagree that really in this case, because I don't think we're gonna go nowhere with that.
We not.
I think that just people.
Because she owed me an apology just like I owe her one.
Hold on. The thing is with me in that situation, and
Biased.
I'm not. The thing is, the whole time I've heard you go on her, but I've asked you multiple times. I said, "Well, what did she say in particular?" Or
I
do
told
to
you.
No,
You ain't
didn't.
got to say nothing.
It was the laughing.
It was the laughing.
That's right.
But
What are you laughing at someone's trauma for?
But she don't know that's trauma for you.
When she found out. Hello. We all grown. We're all grown.
Right.
I don't blame the
So
trauma.
your point is stay out of it. That's what you're getting at.
These
Stay
people
out.
beat me down on the internet for 10 plus years. I never went in anybody's inbox asking for help. I never was out soliciting people to get in that shit. People have did a lot of things to me that I could use as a crutch to say I could be a fucked up person. I ain't did it yet. And I'm not gonna do it. Because I ain't that type of person. Take accountability. People need to take accountability as for being adult. What is really adult is? Adulting is being able to get on the common ground and have a conversation. Not putting your needs above someone else's. Because equally, we're all adults. I can't get past it. I'm not going to go for it. That's me. And God will deal with it. He'll show me reckoning.
Right, that's why I said
If I'm
since
thinking
there's
wrong, he'll
no
fix it.
outcome to that, because with me, I can only put myself in situations, see how I react. And I know all of us, and even you, all of us have sons. And I can honestly tell you that I don't know where my mind will probably be if I lost my son. And maybe I will find the joys of trying to find things to make me laugh, whether it may, I'm not saying whether it may.
My son is in prison.
But I don't
coming
know
from
that.
2 parents that both was in prison. I have spent a lot of time dealing with institutions and certain things. So don't talk to me about what is trauma. Because that experience
telling me
alone,
don't talk to you about what
I'm
trauma?
talking about bitches and
yeah.
niggas and whoever, but not you verbatim
Okay.
right now. I'm saying, don't tell me what my trauma is and you don't know what affects me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything is different from everybody.
Yeah.
That's why everybody just needs to be cool.
Yeah.
Don't bring the kids up. Be cool. It's not a perfect world. It's that people want to be a victim.
Yeah. But
I'm not a victim.
And in this case, I don't want it to be more so of I know with me, I have a guilty conscience.
When she apologized, I apologize as well.
That was where I was going with that. Is even there's been
grown people can talk.
That's
but
right.
Even there's been a like I said, what we're trying to go with this is as been a city official. I don't want it to be like, well, I only apologize if she apologized. Sometimes we can't hold what other
She's
people,
not.
Listen, to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Sometimes we can't hold other people accountable of the things that they don't know. That's the only thing I'm saying. Like. She don't know what made her choose.
Speaking, I did because I had to speak to her too. We had to speak. To
yeah, she don't know what hurt you,
she
so you
didn't
can't
know that she hurt you. You get what I'm saying?
I guess she didn't know
particular that she said or did. This is coming from because we have to share it that way. This is me speaking to her. She didn't know that she felt like she may have said something for you to come that hard about her son, and I had to ask her. She what was the question that you asked her? How do you feel?
How do you feel?
And this was just how do you feel as a parent losing a son? Like you said, you have a son this year. We all have sons. I go to war behind my kid.
Sure do.
Somebody talking crazy about my kid. I told you. I'll move because I'm not gonna let you take me. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you take me. I'm not gonna let you. Not my kid. We as grown women, as grown people, we have our arguments with each other. You get what I'm saying? And your kid should have been off the table as well. Whatever the situation, I don't know what the situation is.
Or whoever brought up the situation.
And whoever brought it up. But yeah, for her getting back on topic. She didn't know. She felt like it was something that was said. You get what I'm saying?
I understand.
She felt like it was something that was said. And I did. I talked to her about her son, and we talked, and she just laughed just to see the joy of how she talked about her son. That stung. Like, it hurt. And I can take that as because talking to her, I couldn't imagine not having my son.
And when me and Porsche talked,
I couldn't imagine it.
When me and her were talking, I said, what was it that said? I said, did you find out what did she actually say?
Yeah. We were going back and forth on the conversation with the both of y'all.
I just asked a question.
But you know what her son is, girl.
I'm gonna be real. Real. I ain't feeling that. And I ain't gonna keep dragging it out. I'm not feeling it. I ain't feeling it. And so I don't want to try to force myself to, sort of feel a certain way because as a woman, I'm going to stand by that.
Right.
Everybody deserves respect behind it.
That's a fact.
The living is just as more important. It's just as important as
But
the
that's
dead.
what I said.
They're both the same.
Right.
They're both somebody. They're both spirits.
And respect it.
And that's just my whole thing about it.
We're going to dead that situation.
We're going to keep dead.
You ever want to have a one-on-one?
It came from the laugh. It came from the share behind her. You felt her as a woman who has a situation with her child should not have been laughing at a situation with your child.
You better speak, Porsche.
That's just what we
Open
get.
up.
Because I don't want to keep
Pop out.
opening up a wound. You get what I'm saying?
It was never about her son being deceased. It was a whole thing like, how dare you laugh at another woman's trouble.
So it's nothing that she said. This is just on record. It was nothing that she said. It was just what you were looking at.
Not that time.
Why you laughing?
Oh, okay. But she know that we have just not even 6 months before that. I had to read her because she was being messy on T Lowry page, and she was calling me talking about that she thought they ran it out of town, and what else did she say? Girl, who is it? I'm not a clown. Ain't no paint on my face. Yeah. So she know that there was something there already. So it's like accountability. Don't try to make it seem like I just woke up this morning and chose violence. That's not what happened.
Okay, well, now that we done with all of that, moving forward to the good Contessa, the educated Contessa.
That's what I want to go back to. Because that's the dope Contessa.
You should like Contessa.
That's the
Let me say this
that
too.
Everybody should get to know.
My whole thing is that I don't want mothers to be powerless when it comes to their children or the future of their sons. I have a son right now that's in his own situation. It's extended to everybody. So it appalls me that people think that it would pass me. I'm right there at the threshold. He comes from parents that have been in that background. However, he's always been a very good kid. But that was a cloud that looms around his head. So, I want to make women empower them when they, dealing with their children in the community. I don't want to break mothers down. I have 5 sons.
Right.
Well,
so that's not my agenda at all. 6. I have 2 that's grown. 4 that's small. And I'm looking to have 1 more. Where my baby daddy at? That word. No, I'm just saying, like, be proactive. I want black women to have black children.
Okay, so now we're moving forward. We're going into a time where elections is coming up, right? You voted? Are you registered to vote?
I'm registered.
You registered to vote?
I am registered, but I'm somewhere else. I need to re-register.
Yeah, you in you by
It's
coastal.
my mama.
Bitches move out of state for 30 minutes as well. So yeah, you back to what I'm saying. People who are not listen, if you are not registered to vote, please go vote.
Tell them the best time to vote.
So pretty much the whole deal with the 2024 election is that we are just coming out of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important that we get full transparency about monies, where they have been spent, where they're going to be spent. It's a time for the change of the watchman. That's what I think. And a lot of what they would say grassroots nonprofits, upcoming nonprofits in our communities need to be able to get engaged in money, get things that they can do to get going so we can get back to our community. I think it's a shame and a travesty that everyone is okay with our kids' test scores in the Northeast Ward. Everyone in the Northeast Ward, according to the state, is stupid, and that's sad. And I don't believe that. I believe that it's something administrative that's happening. And just like they say people don't want to come to work in the regular, it's the same I believe with the school system. People are showing up and just getting paid because there's an etiquette to K through 5 teaching. Right. You go to college to teach that. So we can't blame our children, and then we can't hold our parents all the way accountable because that's your job. So of course we're supposed to help with homework, but and finally, the assaults that's going on in the school system. We have to get programming in the community for our young children to be able to engage in social and coping skills.
Like back in the day, there were the Y-Eds and the marching angels and stuff like that.
Yes, but we need to have people that are willing to do this for real. We don't need people that are trying to get money out of the community and come in. And we need real people that are ready to do real things. And those are the people who deserve the most money. People who are actually keeping up with data, people who are actually putting in the work, passing out meals, keeping up with paperwork, ready for audits. That's the people who deserve the most money in the community, not friends and family. That to me is garbage, and it's not benefiting anyone in Northeast Ward.
So my charge to you is going forward, because we're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
I enjoyed this conversation with you. It's enlightful, educational. More so is my charge to you is this same energy that you put out to us,
Right.
that we want to see. I charge you to do more, because now I feel like this. With this going out, people gonna see this and they're gonna be more interested in it. And how could you not be interested in someone, especially a black woman, that has this caliber about herself that can teach? I challenge you, and I charge you to go out and start letting the community know who you are, but do it in a better light. Not saying you're not doing it.
No, I understand.
Not saying you're doing it in a bad light, but now it's more so. It's like just like you said, you raised the bar. We're raising the bar to you.
I want the people to want to go out and vote for you.
I do
want
too.
the people to want to go out.
But I challenge people to also to look at their surroundings. Don't focus on the person. Look at what you're going through. And you may not live in the worst part of the city, but you're gonna ride down the street and you're gonna hit a pothole that's you're gonna need alignment. You're gonna look and you're gonna see trash all the way down the road, or you're gonna look and you're gonna see that you got to drive all the way to the mall to get a decent place to eat.
Right.
I mean, let's stop being slaves to the other wards of the West of Salem, because that's where everything comes from.
Yeah,
the Northeast Ward is the most poorest, economically advantaged, and that's crazy.
Man, you did teach me something. You said in 2028, what? The East Side is going to be what?
It's not gonna be East Side.
It won't be East Side. It's going to be the East End.
Yeah.
And the East End won't.
They have already started.
So I like that whole movement where you say pay attention to your surroundings, because I work over there in the East Side. I work on the East Side and the North Side, and I see a total difference. Even when I go back and forth to jobs, I do see a difference. So you have made me open my eyes to some things, and I appreciate that. So if you haven't heard this from anybody, from us to you, we appreciate the educated Contessa. We do.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to see more of. Even me, like going forward with this podcast, all three of us, I want to see us grow. And I want to see us become
Thank you
better.
for having me.
So thank you for coming.
And get that book by Curtis Dixon. Curtis Dixon, The $5 Million Conspiracy. Now, if you really want to know what's happening right now, that man is 85 years old in some of the best shape that you will ever see in a person. And he got the lowdown. He got the lowdown on everybody.
See, this is a Contessa I want people to
The
see.
$5 Million Conspiracy, you can get it on Amazon. If you order it today, you'll get it tomorrow. By Curtis Dixon. He should be the mayor right now.
Right.
But they get the book.
So yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to what you got going on. And if we could be any assistance to what you got going on, long as it's positive. we will be
We can
there.
take a little shade.
Yeah, but no, I can't take
Oh, shout out
shade.
to my girl Kara too. Eye candy for getting my hair naturally ready, nails up to par. Thank you.
Shout out. And shout out to Aisha for the place.
Right.
For
Oh
everything.
yes, very nice.
That's what we're gonna start doing, trying to put more of us out there in a better light. Cause it's time. It's time. But with that being said and done, Contessa, what the shit? Don't do no more 5 a.m. Please
Might be
don't do more
5:30.
videos. Yeah, do 5:30 where I can get up.
But I appreciate y'all having me. And like I said, it's always about awareness. You know, like I tell people, I want to win, but you first you got to be a winner in real life.
Yeah.
When you try to impress a whole bunch of people, you got to be a winner in real life when you walk in. So I just hope everybody joins the winner circle.
Yeah. So with that being said and done, this is Kid.
This is Aisha.
And I'm Portia.
And this is, you better say it with us, girl. This is
As Real As It Gets.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.